We got mind-blowing videos from all around the world sent in by you all that are going to make us question everything. Thank you, Pete, for the videos.
I need the people to understand that when we say cloning, we do not mean someone is in a lab making another physiological copy, biological copy of a person. That is not what cloning is, and I need y'all to pay attention. In order for someone to be properly cloned or to sell their soul, there's 4 different ways to do it. And the way Hollywood is so sick, they probably do all 4 to people. And that is why we see our favorite celebs, musicians, artists,
she looked like
all
Brandy,
messed up, losing their daggone minds, needing mental health support, because yes, fame, celebrity, all of that, but all of what they put them through to clone or to sell their soul. So follow along. Here we go. DARPA. I can't remember the interview. I don't know if it was released in 2019 or 2020, but DARPA, a government-funded agency, okay? They released a documentary talking about how they have chips that they put into people's heads to help them function with maybe if they have neurological issues and things like that. Remember, it's always presented as a convenience, as a help, as a support, but underlying, it's something more sinister. You can look this up. The video is actually on my page and it's pinned, so you don't gotta go looking all over the place for it, or you can go to YouTube and you can find it. DARPA and neurochips or Neuralink, government funded to do this. And what they are doing is taking a chip, downloading all this information onto it and inserting it into people's brains. Cloning, number 1. Next on the list would be sex. Now, in the Bible, we know that God created this, okay? It is a function for life, for producing. Remember, be fruitful and multiply. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do the do. This is a spiritual act just as much as it is a physical one.
Right.
That is why, as believers, we are told to be very careful who we marry and intermarry with and connect with. Why? Because you come one. There is an intermingling of spirits there. Cloning, number 2. This is why in Hollywood you hear about all these weird sex rituals, sex magic, all this kind of stuff going on, because they know that spirits can transfer to another person through this ritualistic act. That is cloning. Here we go. Giving birth. Giving birth is another way of transferring these entities to a being, okay? Giving birth. I know you're going to think I went out on the deep end on that one, but you got to think, you got to remember, whatever God created for good, the enemy tries to twist it and be sick with it.
Yes.
You look at these
so
things
true.
in the Bible as well, okay? So all of this stuff, there's nothing new under the sun. These things have been practiced and done for ages and ages and ages. So giving birth is another way of transferring spirits, cloning, to a body, an entity into a vessel. Last but definitely not least is blood. Ingesting of blood, the sacrificing of another human being, and then ingesting, either drinking or eating of that flesh and that blood. In the Bible, once again, this is why you've got to know the word of God. In the Bible, the Lord says, God says that there is life in the blood. I can hear, okay, your brother's blood crying out to me. This was after Cain murdered Abel. So if there is life in the blood and you are partaking and ingesting in a human sacrifice in which you are carrying veils of blood around, drinking blood, exchanging blood, blood covenants, all of that, you are exchanging spirits and entities. This is also cloning. Remember, Orlando Brown got up here, he did several interviews and talked about, Whitney Houston's in Chris Brown's body, or whatever he'd be saying. And he's talking about all these different spirits. He's not talking about the actual person. He's talking about the entity that took over that person while they are alive. They have been transferred over by partaking in one of these ritualistic things, okay? And here's the last one. Actual death. When someone dies, their body, their vessel, now becomes available for an entity to enter because their soul has left. There is actually a documentary out right now. I will find the name of it and put it in the comments so that you can watch it, where companies and scientists are actually doing this. They're practicing this, and they have got it down to 4 seconds. The person leaves. They get the person as close to death as possible, passing on. Their soul leaves, and then they transfer a new spirit and entity into that vessel. They revive the person, and when they come back to life, they are not the same person. They are now whatever entity took over their body. That is cloning.
The movie that popped in my mind with the last thing that she said was the movie Selfless with Ryan Reynolds, where it was this rich man, right? And he was dying. I forgot. I think he had a disease or something. I'm trying to remember. It was like one of those things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But basically, he transferred his conscious inside of this younger man, and the younger man was Ryan Reynolds. They will show you in the movies. Thank you, Hector, for the videos.
If you read the Epstein files, go watch this movie. It's on Hulu.
Is that
now? If you watch this movie,
seen it?
You're not gonna look at him the same. If you read the Epstein files, please go watch this movie. I ain't gonna stress this enough. I ain't gonna stress that enough.
That was weird.
Cause the stuff they talk about in this movie are the world leaders and the dark web and people going missing and how people are being eaten.
Yeah.
Right. Go watch it. You're not going to be the same after that movie.
All right, y'all. I think I've done tripped over a new Mandela effect.
I like them glasses.
For those of y'all back in the 90s and before that, back in the 1900s, do y'all remember the movie Field of Dreams? Kevin Costner's in it, and he's got a corn farm in Iowa, and he hears this spirit while he's out in his corn telling him, if you build it, ... I'm not going to say it because I want to hear what y'all have to say. But anyway, he builds this baseball field, and all these ghosts come back and play baseball, and he saves the farm, blah, blah, blah.
I wish I could answer. Right. I don't know the movie.
Last night I watched this movie. That saying has changed compared to what I remember. So I want to hear what y'all remember. Gen X, I'm talking to y'all too. Primarily, y'all remember this movie. But if you build it, what was the next thing that the spirit said to him? If you build it.
I don't know Field of Dreams, but looking in the comments, they had said that after the ... is they will come. I can't confirm or deny that because I don't know that movie. So y'all gotta let me know in the comment section down below.
Alright guys, listen to this. What if Los Angeles is named Los Angeles because it's the city of angels, but fallen angels? And what if those same fallen angels have been on this earth for thousands of years? Repeating lives, taking on roles of prominent figures in society, whether that be Hollywood, politics, or sports. And what if these Hollywood stars are named stars for a reason? Well, because in the Bible, it refers to angels as stars. And what if the hands on the ground, they're just setting their name in stone? They want to be remembered here on this earth for their accomplishments because they know where they're going in the end.
That's deep.
They know where they're going in the end.
That's deep.
Okay. And what if the humans that they allow into Hollywood and allow into politics in these circles have to sell their soul and sign their name in blood and give a sacrifice, because that is the only way they will let you in that brotherhood? Why? Because it's secrecy and no one can know we're angels.
Hold on, so let me get this straight. Vampires are real, time travel is real, aliens are real, our country is ran by people. We ain't never been to space. The Matrix is real. We live in the Matrix. And everybody that's rich and famous and got some power worship the devil. Got it.
Things humans were never meant to see. Part 116.
Oh, wow. Different channels, different ads. That is... So which one's the real one? How did they do that?
200 meteor craters that have left ginormous massive holes on the planet. There's no skid marks or anything. It's like it came straight down. What? In
That's
the book
scary.
of Enoch, how many angels were cast down from heaven? 200. Who's to say they didn't come down in a crazy, crazy way. And then the rendezvous point is Mount Hermon. That's nuts. A lot of these stories all across the world are these balls of fire, gods of fire came down, and that's what left those craters.
Oh my goodness.
But there's the story of this ancient Native American tribe in New Mexico, and one kid who had a large scar across his face. He's probably like 7 or 8 years old, and he runs to this group. They spend days looking for this kid. He comes back a couple days later, 30 years old. That's wild.
Why is it that when I think a positive thought, it's, I know I can do this, I've done this before. But when it's a negative thought, it's, you're not gonna make it, you don't know what you're doing. Why is the positive I
never
and the
noticed
negative is
that
you?
you said it.
Is that even me talking? Or is that someone or something else? Like, help me out here. Is it just me?
I grew up in the 90s, so I know. One day today used to be like 3 days back in 1995. I kid you not. I kid you not. One day today, you wake up and it's 8 a.m., you blink, it's 12, you blink again, it's 6:30, you blink again, it's 10 o'clock, you back in the bed. You don't even know what happened today. You don't even know.
Never lied.
Your subconscious was operating your body. At some point you got on the highway, at some point you worked, at some point you was on the phone and you back in the bed. You don't even know if you ate. And y'all trying to tell me something ain't off, man. Keep it. I don't want to hear it. I know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Jules, for the video.
Oh, my last video about this just got deleted, so I've shortened it down. Listen to this.
Your DNA is a right-handed double helix made up of these 4 things right here. And the helix is held together by sulfuric bonds that appear after every 10 pairs of nucleotides, every 5 pairs of nucleotides, every 6 pairs of nucleotides, and again, every 5 pairs of nucleotides. 10-5-6-5, 10-5-6-5, or in the Hebrew alphabet, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, the signature of an artist under his painting, if you will. Now, the magic potion, if you actually read the patents, it is adding a triple helix, and is adding more of this, which comes from a meteorite or a fallen star. And this 10-5-6-5, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, quickly turns into 10-5-6-6-6-5. Do I have your attention yet?
What the 10-5-6? What did she say? What that even mean? Oh, was she saying due to the jabs that it's changing your DNA? Oh, we know that. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people don't. The thing that was supposed to be good for people's life, but you see, it kind of reminds me of that verse where Yahuwah says basically anyone that loses their life for my name, I don't want to butcher it. But basically, if you try to save your life in this world, you're going to lose it in the eternal. If you lose your life for his name's sake, you will gain eternal life. If she's referring that the DNA is changing due to the jabs, it makes so much sense because our DNA is yoked to Yahuwah. That's why she named what the DNA consists of, the numbers behind it, and then when you break it down, it's Yod He Wav He, which is Yahuwah's name. Thank you, Jensen, for the videos.
Does St. James Island ring a bell to you in any shape, way, or form?
I heard he had an island, so I didn't know the name of the island, so it did not ring a bell. No.
No, I'm getting a little deception there.
Epstein.
What can I tell you?
I don't know. The truth?
That was the truth.
Charlotte.
See, what are you watching?
That's what I like.
I've seen this video before.
Is everybody okay? All stand for one last song.
What is this about?
Look at this. Perfect. Oh my God. Isn't it great? Chris. I know, it's my dream. Look at this. This is the nasal. So, it's, I suppose, administered into each nostril. There's a little lock here. So as I press the plunger, it will administer half of the dose into the first nostril. And as I remove the lock, I can administer the second half of the dose into the second nostril.
It felt kind of tickly.
You're a cockroach. The horrifying videos that you've seen of people who suddenly die by planking, by just falling over in one piece. Typically, they either look around in perplexity because they're obviously hearing and experiencing something and they're looking for the source, or they don't do that, but they just suddenly die in one piece. It's the mother walking the baby in the baby stroller. It's the guy buying food at the fast food window. It's the person walking down the street. It's the Arab diplomat speaking to a bunch of poobahs. And as he turns around to celebrate somebody, he simply falls over backward in one piece. Well, I'm a doctor, and let me tell you that people don't die by falling over in one piece. I believe that the nanotechnology that has been injected into them causes the voluntary muscles, the striated muscles, to go into a spasm when they're hit with a pulsed microwave 5G signal. Exactly. That's the kind of death we're talking about. And you notice that the arms and legs go out stiffly. The muscles that move your body are striated muscles, voluntary muscles, but you have another striated muscle. It's your heart. And so if you're hit with an energy pulse that causes you to go into total spasm, as this boy on the screen has gone into total spasm, your heart is also going into total spasm. I believe that these are experimental deaths to see if they're the pulse microwave 5G system, soon to be replaced by the 6G system, is effective in eliminating those who are targeted for that elimination. And you will watch as this man goes into a complete spasm. This is not how people ordinarily die. This is induced death. This is part of the experimental program to which you notice her arm is extended. She's in spasm. Her heart, I believe, has been placed into spasm.
There we go. That's spinning.
Now, if they're willing to do this to us, what else are they willing to do to us?
That part. Thank you, dog, for the video.
I'm sure you're expecting a Shein package. Please be careful. Like Shein is being sued.
Oh,
for having on their materials, the clothes.
Oh, yeah.
They use this chemical that they use for to preserve dead bodies.
Oh,
yes.
Wait, they used that thing. They used the embalming.
Yes.
To embalm corpse.
Yes.
They use that. Okay, but
wait, I don't understand on what.
Okay,
on the clothes. On the clothes.
Yeah, remember sometimes especially your clothes that come.
Yes, I get it.
Yes.
So, but what's wrong with that?
So apparently there's a limited amount of that you could use when you are trying to preserve material.
Of course, sounds like the FDA.
Over 3,000 times.
So we're wearing dead bodies.
Not dead bodies.
So so it's the same thing that they use to preserve dead bodies. They don't put on dead bodies and then take it and put on t-shirts.
No.
So when they embalm a body, right? So
it's a chemical.
Yes, there's a chemical or chemicals. So it's like buying a dye for
your hair.
Yeah, for your hair, but you're gonna use it on your shoes or on your t-shirts.
Hey, but I don't like hearing dead bodies. I'm out of this one, man.
But I know you're always expecting Shein packages.
Not anymore after that.
You're a resident Shein.
Okay, but what's the impact of that chemical on our bodies?
So there are people it started where people after wearing the clothes, someone it literally was burning them. So
Gag smile. See, this is why Laundry buy expensive. The quality.
Yeah, there's no embalming. There's no. I know I'm never doing Shein over my dead body. shit. Oh, my dead body. See me now, embalming creams and embalming chemicals on me?
Yeah.
Nah, oh, catch me dead.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, for the videos.
Why did they hide Tesla's inventions? Why lock away something that could change the world?
Because it already did, for the wrong people. They didn't fear Tesla's light. They feared his freedom. Power without a bill.
Power without paying? That's not how the world works.
Exactly, dog boy. 1893, Tesla's AC lights the Chicago World's Fair. 1895, Niagara Falls sends AC power to cities. Edison's DC dream, finished.
So Tesla was the hero. Where did it go wrong?
1901, Wardenclyffe Tower, built on Long Island to transmit wireless power and communication through the earth and air.
And a system without meters can't be turned into rent.
Morgan realized that. Funding cut in 1903. Tower scrapped by 1906. There's a famous line people quote, where do we put the meter? Is it in his letters? No. But the paper trail shows this. When Tesla said the system couldn't be metered, the money stopped. The same banks that cut Tesla now fund your green revolution.
So they didn't kill the man, they killed the business model.
And the man with it. 1901, Marconi flashes a transatlantic signal using 17 of Tesla's patents. 1943, U.S. Supreme Court recognizes Tesla's priority in radio after he dies. Same year, the FBI seizes his papers. Government physicist John G. Trump reviews them and says, no danger. The most dangerous thing wasn't a weapon, it was a world without dependence.
Wait, free power for everyone? Like, truly?
Call it what it was, an attack on scarcity. No cables, no meters, no gatekeepers. If energy is a right, empires of rent collapse.
That's why industries chose containment over discovery. Wires you can bill, fuels you can sell, grids you can control.
So did they kill Tesla?
They didn't need a bullet. They just made sure the world would never see what free energy looked like. They starved the tower, buried the papers, and funded the alternatives. They killed the principle he proved, that power doesn't have to be a chain.
And we still pay the chain monthly.
That's the point, my nugget. They don't sell electricity. They sell permission, every plug, every charger, every grid, just a leash with voltage, a system that could have been free. But profit doesn't run on freedom.
You ain't gonna believe this. Did you know that white people created pan-Africanism? And not only that, it was created to erase black Americans' lineage, culture, and identity. I'm about to show you why pan-Africanism is a scam and how the leaders who push it are inadvertently or advertently pushing white supremacy. But first, we gotta start off with a quote from Malcolm X.
Only a fool will let his enemies teach his children.
Keep this quote in mind because that's the exact dilemma that we under. Now in school, there are objective things that are beneficial for us to learn, like math, and then there are subjective things like history, which can be weaponized, especially when you have to depend on your oppressor to teach you about your history. Because a major rule of colonization is to rewrite history to justify domination, use school, religion, and media to reshape the identity, and replace the native languages with colonizer languages. And also the goal of colonization is to control how people think about themselves and their past. See, they separate us from our parents at a very young age. We are sent to strangers, and these strangers have control over what goes inside of our minds. And we do this from the ages of 5 all the way to 18, and for a lot of people, all the way well into their 20s if they go to college. This is called indoctrination. Indoctrination is a process of teaching a person or a group to accept a set of beliefs, doctrines, and ideologies uncritically, often preventing them from questioning or considering alternative viewpoints. And indoctrination is also imposing specific ideologies in an educational setting, such as forcing one-sided views of history. This is why you'll see Pan-Africans and Afrocentric people try to attack people who have alternative views of history, because they are in place to ensure we never wake up to our true identity, and they pretend that they are fighting white supremacy when in reality they are actually upholding it and selling us out for profit. I call them sellouts and revolutionary clothing. These people are indoctrinated, and they want to make sure you stay indoctrinated as well, which is a form of brainwashing. And this was the same thing for our great scholars in history like W.E.B. Du Bois, and even current day people like Dr. Umar Johnson. W.E.B. Du Bois was a prominent pusher of Pan-Africanism. He was the first black American to get a PhD in Harvard University. And guess what the subject was that he got his PhD in? You guessed it, history.
Full video coming tomorrow.
Thank you, Devontae, for the videos.
This is why I stopped watching the news about 5 years ago.
Look,
you know, we're going to use the at least 59 people killed, at least 149
This is
people
funny,
wounded. Those
man.
numbers are going to go up. There's just no question about that. I mean, you have
Bro,
fierce
it's moving.
fighting in a number of locations
You forgot
around
the
the
script.
country. You mentioned Chernobyl. Russian forces quickly overtaking that area. We understand they are still in control. The other thing that
There's no way that that's real. There's no way. I ain't gonna lie, that's funny.
Check this out.
This is not a play. This is real life, and you can get out. Justine, call me if you need me. Or my cane. Couldn't even sneak off somewhere.
Justina wasn't what it looked like.
There it goes.
We were rehearsing Joan of Arc.
Look, what the heck?
Joan of Arc kissing anybody. You show me in here where Joan of Arc kisses somebody, then we have no problem.
The question is, why did they change that? You're looking
Yeah,
at is
why?
the Cosby Show. In the original version, you see they're talking about Joan of Arc. In the streaming version, it's altered. My question is, why take that out? Why go through the trouble of something that's already pre-taped, pre-recorded, pre-edited? For what reason? Obviously, there's a reason for that, and the question is, how many things do they do that to? They're
Mandela
going to do it
effect.
to the Cosby Show. You think they ain't going to do it to news? You think they're not going to do it to historical events? Why take the manpower? Why devote that energy to changing something as so simplistic as the Cosby Show? TL Cross caught this, and somebody sent it to me, and it's spot on. I have no idea why they would actually
Me
edit
neither.
that and then put it out on streaming services. And how many things are like that? How many things that we see or we notice and we're like, or we call it the Mandela effect, or people call us nuts, or people say we're misremembering, and then they actually are changing things. It's bigger than the Cosby Show, for sure.
No, for
Let me know if
sure.
you caught any of these? Let me know if you get any other unusual suspects, because it's obviously happening. Out to the TL Cross, because spot on, great catch. Let me know what you think.
That's
It's
wild. My sister said America is the biggest gaslighter that she knows. And when she said, I was laughing at, but then I'm like, no, America is like, they're a big gaslighter, because America will sit here and have you be tripping when really you're right, but they're making it seem like you're tripping. Like, for example, I was looking at the comment section of that video, and someone who was like a Cosby fan, the person had the fan watch it and was like, no, they changed some stuff. But how can you believe that without, you seeing the original versus the stream version? But my thing is, like, what was the point of changing the scenes? Why did you change it? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But it's like, how many other things have you guys done that with? And you having us think that we're crazy. That's why I really, truly believe the Mandela effect, because there's no way impossible that the world is sitting here saying that this was this. And then you go look it up and it's telling you that, nope, that never was a thing. Like, for example, I'll just use Fruit of the Loom. We know that when you hear Fruit of the Loom, you see the fruits and you see that fruit basket. I don't know what it's called, but y'all get what I'm saying. But they're saying that the Fruit of the Loom, that basket was never there. But it's a lot of Mandela stuff that they've said. And it's like, no, if the world remembers it as this, the world can't be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So if the world is saying that, hey, we remember it being like this, and then you go back and try to look up some stuff and it like you can't find it nowhere, that's because of what they're doing. And I will forever hold on to that Black Mirror episode, the Mandela one, because they made it seem like that girl was crazy and she wasn't crazy. And I'm like, for y'all to put that in Black Mirror, I'm like, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all doing. But that was like, it's a very cool episode to go check out, because it shows you what they're doing. You can go try to look this stuff up on the internet, and then they're gonna basically push like their stuff. So you're not gonna find the basket, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Even Monopoly, it said that the man never had like the little circle eyeglass. They said that never was a thing. So I'm like, so where are we getting this from? We all can't be tripping, is what I'm trying to say. But I truly appreciate each and every single one of you guys for all the videos that you guys sent in. They were very cool, interesting, and informative. Enjoyed myself today. Y'all, if you have some crazy, creepy, mind-blowing, mind-boggling theories that you want me to react to so I can upload on the big screen, please send your videos over in the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Make sure to go check it out. We have more stuff on there than just theories. Like, we talk about other things too, but theories are the main thing that people go on there for, to drop their theories. So just want to say I appreciate you guys so much. I truly appreciate all that you guys do, all the finding, the research, all the stuff that you guys post in the chat. Truly appreciate you guys. So shout out to you all. We are on the road to 1 million of y'all. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all the love and support that you guys continue to show on a continual basis. Whether you liked the video, you commented, you subscribed, you shared, you shopped the merch, shopperkyy.com, by the way. Link is in the description down below. Make sure to go cop y'all some merch. For those that copped it, please send a picture and send it to my email so I can upload it on the website. And if you don't believe me, go to shopperkyy.com and you'll see all the lovely people that have taken photos in the merch and sent it to me, and I posted and uploaded it. So just thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. I want to give all esteem, all praise, all honor, and akabo to our Saba Yahuwah Lua and our Abba Adoni Yahusha HaMashiach. See, that DNA video hits different, huh? Because Yahuwah is in our DNA. The creator of all creation is in our DNA. And you see what they're trying to do by pushing stuff that makes it seem like, oh, save your life, take this. But what they're not telling you is what it's doing to your DNA. You see what I mean? So everything in this world that they push is to get you further and further away from Yahuwah. Just think about it. Y'all, that's all for this video. We're going to react to some more. We're on a roll. I told y'all we on a roll to 1 milli. But y'all know me. Y'all have a blessed one. I will see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell myself.